and today we will be summarizing a fourth part of the laws, which gives the final one for one of the most interesting books, in my opinion, which is the 48 Laws of Power of Robert Greene. So, as I mentioned, this is fourth part of this project. If you haven't seen the previous videos, I think it is better to check them too. Laws we'll be summarizing today are from number 37 to number 48. Yes, we are very close to discuss the whole book that has over 400 pages. So I'm super excited. Let's start it. Law number 37 is be spectacular. Do not hide your light. Use symbols, grand gestures, dramatic words, and staging to highlight yourself and draw attention. According to the author, words put you on the defensive. If you must explain yourself, your power is already in question. The image, on the other hand, imposes itself as a given. It discourages questions and resists unintended interpretations. So, you should never neglect the way you arrange things visually. Factors like color, for example, have enormous symbolic resonance. Using symbols is also a gentler way to communicate. The psychotherapist Dr. Milton Erickson always tried to find symbols and images that would communicate to the patient in ways that words could not. When dealing with a severely troubled patient, he would not question him directly, but would talk about something irrelevant, such as driving through the desert in Arizona. In describing this, he would eventually come to an appropriate symbol for what he suspected was the man's problem. If he felt the patient was isolated, say, Dr. Erickson would talk of a single ironwood tree and how its isolation left it battered by the winds. All right, next one up to is law number 38. Think as you like, but behave like others. There is no advantage in playing the eccentric or the fool. If you seem to run too much against the current of the times, people will distrust and despise you. Show your inventiveness and originality only to those with whom you are intimate. To give an example, in the 14th century, when Spanish began a massive persecution of the Jews, many of the converts lived their outward lives as Catholics, yet somehow managed to retain their Jewish beliefs. Many of them attained high level of government office, married into the nobility, and gave every appearance of Christian piety, only to be discovered late in life as practicing Jews. Law number 39. Stir up waters to catch fish. Never get angry. Never give vent to strong emotions. Make your enemies do that. When they strike in anger, they will strike inaccurately, opening themselves to your patient, well-planned counterattack. Remember that anger and emotion are strategically counterproductive. The tip, however, is not to repress our angry or emotional responses. As for repression, it drains us of energy and pushes us into strange behavior. Instead, we must change our perspective and we must realize that nothing in the social realm and in the game of power is personal. This shift of perspective will let you play the game of power with more clarity and energy. So you keep your head while they are losing theirs. Law number 40. Despise the free lunch. Anything that seems free is not. Something worth having is worth the price. So pay your own way. Owe nothing. Do not rely on the generosity of others and make others rely on yours. The powerful never forget that what is offered for free is inevitably a trick. Friends who offer favors without asking for payment will later want something far dearer than the money you would have paid them. So learn to pay and to pay well. Law number 41 is avoid stepping into great men's shoes. If the shoes don't fit you, you will stumble and look like a presumptuous fool. If the one who preceded you in a post was great, you will work in a shadow. So you must strike out on your own and show movement in a new direction. Law number 42. Strike the shepherd and the sheep will scatter. If the group is restive, look for the troublemaker. In every group, power is concentrated in the hands of one or two people. Banish them before it's too late. Do not give them time to stir up anxieties and sow discontent. Let one person suffer so that the rest can live in peace. Over the centuries, power has become more and more democratized. This has created, however, a common misperception that groups no longer have centers of power. That power is spread out among many people. Actually, however, power has not changed in its essence. Next one up to is law number 43. Work on the hearts and minds of others. Do not force people to do your own will. They will reinforce and nurture dreams of revenge. Let them think they are following their own will and hearts. Then they will serve you out of love and hope only to serve you more. Law number 48. Disarm and infuriate with the mirror effect. Do what your enemies do. Force them to face themselves. They will see themselves and they will not see you. They cannot see your strategy. The mirror effect humiliates them, making them overreact. By holding up a mirror to their psyches, you seduce them with the illusion that you share their values. By holding up a mirror to their actions, you teach them a lesson as they see themselves as others see them. Let's say as an object rather than a subject. And believe me, only few can resist the power of the mirror effect. Law number 45. Preach the need for change, but never reform too much at once. People love to talk about change, but they hate to change. And if you come with power, do not make big changes quickly. Talk up reform, inspire dreams of change, but make only small changes and work patiently. Okay, next one up to is law number 46. Never appear too perfect. If you look too good, people will try to destroy you out of envy. So claim some faults so sly it is almost a virtue, but acknowledge it as a fault. It is smart to occasionally display defects and admit to harmless vices in order to deflect envy and appear more human and approachable. As simple as that. Okay, the next law is number 47. Law number 47 says, do not go past the mark you aimed for. In victory, learn when to stop. Many have lost the prize by being too greedy or arrogant, so don't overreach. When you achieve your victory, you have reached the end of your plan. Stop. Take a rest. Do not go further until you have made a new plan. Right, last but not least is law number 48. Be protein. If you have no shape, people cannot find your center and cannot attack you. So be fluid. Adjust to every circumstance. Like a water, you can adapt to every vessel. Alright guys, we made this. This is So exciting! We have described all the 48 Laws of Power, the book that has over 400 pages. This is so exciting. Congratulations. And also, please let me know how does it feel to know all the laws. All right, guys, I love you so much. Thank you for watching, and I cannot wait to see you in my next project. So keep tuned.